Hey, so I'm here to do a general love reading. This will be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. As always, these readings are general, they're for the collective, so if something doesn't resonate, just discard it and leave it for someone who needs to hear it. And remember that there is no gender in tarot. I'll pull two separate energies. The first I'll call your energy, the second should be your person's. If they fit better in the opposite, just switch sides. And the same goes for cross watchers. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you need to book a private personal reading or any other service, all that information is in the description below and also in the pin section of the comments. All right, let's get into it. Can you please tell me about Aquarius in life? Thank you. We have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Okay. So first I'll pull you and your person's current energy, and then we'll kind of look into what we're looking at in the future. So your overall energy is the Six of Swords. I have the Magician, Gemini energy. Temperance, Sagittarius energy. The Hierophant, Taurus energy. Just pulling mad major arcana there. The Three of Swords. The Three of Cups. The Nine of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Two of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck I have the Emperor, Aries energy. So I feel like right now you are with your friends. You're sitting with them. It's sort of like trying to get their input on what happened, how to move forward, how to move past this. This is it's like for some of you the end of a marriage, but definitely for most of you just trying to find peace after separating from someone that you are deeply in love with and were deeply invested in. Maybe like spending some time with some spirituality. I mean, you are here, right? So trying to connect in that way to, find some type of inner peace and get to that healing part. And I feel like you have a good support group here. Like these friends are solid and they do want what's best for you. And so you're really just trying to sort of, it seems like, get their perspective on love as a whole. Almost so that you can take back control of your life. Sort of like getting some validation through them, asking them the really hard questions, but also taking their information in. And, it's all about moving forward. How do I do that? I don't feel like the relationship that you're leaving or have recently left, despite the fact that there was love there, may have had some traumatizing effects. We have the Nine of Wands here. And with the Six of Swords, it's like moving out of absolute chaos into peace. So things may have been sort of confusing, and you just have the right people around you to sort of like make you see things clearly. Okay. So for your person, we have the Queen of Wands, Page of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Page of Wands. I'm going to say this a little forthright and not to, talk bad about a person, especially a cross-watcher, but I feel like, this person's in like fire energy. They like to have fun. They like to be seen. And they're an attractive person. They definitely get seen. But I feel like they struggle on an emotional level, to really open up. And I don't know, it's almost like they have a very specific expectation and they don't feel like that was met. I don't know, I feel like maybe they weren't looking to just get so deep into something. It seems like on their side there's like a lot of fighting, and that may just be, it's like almost like an emotionally avoidant person. They don't know how to sort of like face feelings, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's like raised differently, and everybody like experiences things differently, but it's sort of, maybe things just got a little deep and they started to feel like they were defeated, and they're looking to be fulfilled, but it's this is like, fire sign energy. This is a more like free person, they can be in a relationship, but they are like a very independent person. They still need their time and, their fun, and they, the attention that they seek. And if it's kind of like they just felt like they weren't getting it here anymore. It was a more argumentative, very conflicting, and they seem to be a kind of like conflict avoidant person. And I don't say this, again, to offend any cross-watchers, and of course this could be your side, but there's almost like this idealized expectation of a relationship to make them happy, or that they their emotional complexity of it all sort of needs to come from the other person. Well, really, it's probably something within. So it's someone who's not that interested in being vulnerable or open with feelings. They want to have fun. To them, that's what would be emotionally fulfilling, and they also still do want some of their freedom. You know, it's not, I don't mean this in like a, you know, like they want to be free, like they're single or something. I mean, like, it's just not an emotionally dependent person. This is not like a needy person. They do need their space and their friend circle and, you know, some type of social life that just may be different than you. You know, you might feel like this person is like chaos, you know, they're like they're just out here on social media and there's 1,000 people liking their picture and all this stuff. It doesn't show that they're not committed. It's just that they still do need their space and their freedom to be who they are, you know. On the other person's end, though, that can come off traumatizing, you know. It's kind of like, well, you know, can I give you the attention that you want? It's sort of like, you know, that back and forth between, do I really want to be like emotionally involved with somebody, or, you know, am I going to just experience like a good fun time with this person? And we have one person that's emotional in the situation and one person that, you know, it's just not that deep, you know, and that's just how it is sometimes, you know. And you may actually be gaining that perspective from your friends where they explain, you know, like, everybody has a different attachment style. Everybody loves differently. Everybody, you know, they want different things in life. You have to find someone who's perfectly aligned with you, or end up in this Nine of Wands energy. Okay. So what's likely to happen here? We have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. The Empress, Libra Taurus energy. The Fool, Aries Aquarius. The Moon, Pisces energy. The Ace of Cups. The Six of Cups. The Six of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. The Star, Aquarius energy. Judgment, Scorpio energy. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces. A lot of major arcana. I see you sort of taking the information, you know, I don't know if this is just a single friend who just, you know, is, you know, the right person to talk to. For some of you, maybe it's a therapist. So just somebody from the outside is giving you this information about relationships to help you see clearly. The Hermit, it's like taking that information and going and sitting with it alone for a while and looking within to see what it is that we really want, you know. That's the process of healing, though, and that's the process of acceptance. For you, the experience was a necessary one because it was all part of this transformation that needed to take place. It had to happen so that you could grow in life. But I do see you moving towards something new. I feel like maybe what happens is that you sort of find out that you have this like subconscious, like, I don't know, a subconscious or like a hidden, I would say, relationship issue from the past about, you know, reciprocity and things like that. I would say, like, what we're doing here is, you know, that moon energy is that confusion, or like what's lying beneath that nobody's seeing, and the Hermit, of course, is shining a light on it, and the Star is here too. So it's recognizing this part of yourself where you would keep giving to situations where you weren't being, reciprocated in that energy, and being more genuine than the people that you're dealing with. Because, some people, they're a little more superficial, they're not so emotionally involved, and that's fine, it's just, I can't date that type of person. And it really is that simple when when you get to that position where you can see things from that opposite perspective, where it's like, I love this person, I like them, I think they're a great person, but we're not like morally aligned, we don't have the same interests. But I feel like what was missing here to move on was almost like an understanding, like, why does this keep happening to me, and then recognizing your own like subconscious pattern, where it kind of comes from, and really how to kill it. And of course, with this, we're like gaining this knowledge and learning to use our intuition with people. It's like, did they ever give me signs that things might not work out, and why did I continue to push to make things work despite me seeing that we were just two completely different people. I do want to say that on your side too, we pulled 333. So make sure you look that up and kind of handle that. But I do see you basically using the information that's given to you and like really taking it in and paying attention to everything that sort of happened, like from an outsider's view. And, I have 2 cards here dealing with the subconscious, and then I have the 6 of Cups. So a lot of times it's like, well, this came from my past, be it like programming on how relationships are supposed to be, or, all those things, maybe it's just like, okay, well, I saw this play out when I was a kid, and I just thought that's how things are supposed to be, and I guess they won't always be, What is interesting though is that you are going to be able to walk away here, and with this sense of not just understanding but like optimism, because I have the Fool and the Star, which is Aquarius anyway. But there's judgment here, meaning like there's really a final decision to sort of just like move forward from this, but also to really find out what ails us from within before we move forward and get into something. And then like finding this missing piece of information or this missing perspective that, you can move forward with and probably get into a healthy relationship that'll work for you. And it all comes down to being able to see from a different angle. And the advice, I have the 8 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. So, and the advice that is sort of saying, like in order to move forward, you're going to have to stop and wait and think about what you want before you can move towards something new. There has to be this this resting phase where we do go within and we really think about what we want, what we don't want, and how we're going to move forward with that. We have, it's time to release negativity, which is Scorpio energy, and communication is key, Gemini energy. And I feel like the negativity that really had to be released here was just the perspective of like, is this person good or bad? Well, they're neither. They're just, they're not a bad person. They're just not good for me in a relationship, And again, with the communication, I feel like this is just a friend that is really helping you to sort of sort these things out and understand them better. Okay, we have renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year and surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. It's, you know, that journey of the self, learning who we are, where we come from, why it matters, and, you know, how to move forward into the direction that we belong. And, you know, we make these changes all of the time. And this is a huge transformation for you, at least in love. That's what I have for you guys. I'll see you soon.